But now it's basically over. I don't have to worry about that anymore, but I don't want to be getting technicals at all. So, I mean, I think I was just excited to play. Anytime you get the opportunity to get out there and go play, and knowing this, this was our last regular season one at home. It's fun. It's on the weekend. It's an afternoon game. Like, those are just better. It'll feel a little more real. And obviously, like, we're not just happy to be there. Like, we really feel like we believe and we can compete with every single team that's going to be in the playoffs.
The WNBA is no stranger to high-octane drama both on and off the court. But what NaLyssa Smith just did to Caitlin Clark has fans and players alike stunned. It's not just about what went down during their recent game. The ripple effects are creating shockwaves that might change the Indiana Fever's entire trajectory. But how did we get here, and why are people saying that Smith needs to leave? Let's break it all down because, trust me, you won't believe the full story until the very end. Before we continue with the video and my further explanation about what NaLyssa Smith's actions mean for the team, I want to ask for your help. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and help me out. Okay, let's continue. To fully understand why NaLyssa Smith's frustrations have boiled over, we need to rewind a bit. As a third-year forward for the Indiana Fever, Smith was drafted second overall in 2022, and her rookie season was nothing short of impressive. She averaged 13.5 points and 7.9 rebounds, showing promise as a cornerstone for the team. In her sophomore year, she stepped it up even more, putting up 15.5 points and 9.2 rebounds per game. She was the player for Indiana. Fast forward to the 2024 season, and everything looks different. Despite still being a starter, Smith's role on the team has dramatically shifted. With the arrival of rookie sensation Caitlin Clark, the offense has been restructured around Clark's talent. Smith, who was once the go-to player, now finds herself watching from the sidelines, literally and figuratively, as her scoring opportunities shrink. This season, she's averaging just 10.5 points, a steep drop from her previous performance, and her minutes have also decreased. But here's where it gets even more complicated. In a September 2024 game against the Dallas Wings, Caitlin Clark exploded for 35 points, further cementing her dominance. Meanwhile, Smith played just 19 minutes, scoring 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting. It wasn't a bad game for Smith, but it wasn't nearly enough to satisfy her, and it showed. Connecticut Sun's Dejanai Carrington, who, by the way, is Smith's girlfriend, tweeted, "See what happens when my girl gets some touches." Instead of letting it slide, Smith retweeted it with her own message. "Fun while it lasted, babe, ha ha." The tweet was up for just a short while before Smith deleted it, but the damage was done. Screenshots quickly circulated, sparking a wildfire of fan backlash. Suddenly, Smith was at the center of a storm. Fans, already high on Clark's success, felt betrayed. How could Smith air out team grievances during such a pivotal moment in the season? The Fever were finally playoff contenders after years of being at the bottom of the standings, and here was one of their key players seemingly complaining about her role. As one fan on X, formerly Twitter, put it, "Yo, number one, what are you doing? Stop feeding into this." At first glance, Smith's tweet may seem like a frustrated player venting, but if we dig deeper, it exposes a larger issue within the team. The balancing act between individual goals and team success. Caitlin Clark's rise has been meteoric, with performances that have shattered records and taken the Fever to new heights. But with that success comes a shift in team dynamics.
My teammates do a really good job of that. They think I'm funny. They think it's funny. And then Aaliyah is the one that ends up with a technical. That's the best part about it all. Like, she's the one babysitting me, and then somehow she ends up with a technical. And she didn't really do anything. She was just standing there, so that's what was funny to me.
Imagine being NaLyssa Smith for a second. Last season, you were the star player, the face of the franchise. Now, a rookie is not only stealing the spotlight, but is also the primary focus of the team's offense. It's easy to see why Smith would feel sidelined and frustrated. But the question is, does airing that frustration on social media help or hurt the team? If I'm being honest, it's hard not to empathize with Smith on some level. I mean, who wouldn't feel slighted after watching their role diminish so drastically? But at the same time, basketball is a team sport. Clark's dominance is pushing the Fever into playoff contention for the first time in 7 years. Is there room for individual frustration when the team is finally winning? That's the million-dollar question. While Smith was grappling with her reduced role, Caitlin Clark was putting up numbers that would make any rookie jealous. Her 35-point game against Dallas wasn't just a career high. It was the kind of performance that legends are made of. Clark isn't just scoring, she's doing it all. Assists, rebounds, steals. You name it, she's dominating every aspect of the game. And let's not forget that she's still just a rookie. Clark's emergence has been a blessing for the Fever, turning them from a 2-9 embarrassment into a 2019 playoff contender. But that success has come with a cost. How does a team manage when one player, even a superstar like Clark, dominates the spotlight to the detriment of others? More importantly, how do you keep a locker room happy when the offense revolves around one person? Here's the thing, Clark's been nothing but a team player in her public statements. She constantly talks about teamwork, understanding her teammates better, and doing whatever it takes to win.
Really good job of that, but at the same time, everybody definitely is excited for the playoffs. We haven't been there since 2016, so we're going to do everything we can to try to get it back here so our fans can, cheer us on and have a little taste of playoff basketball as well.
But actions speak louder than words. While she's lighting up the scoreboard, other players like Smith are left to wonder what happened to their roles on the team. NaLyssa Smith's frustration is real, and it's something the Fever management can't afford to ignore. The team has picked up her fourth-year option for 2025, signaling that they still see her as part of their future. But how do they reconcile her diminishing role with her potential value? In a surprising twist, this drama could actually be a turning point for the Fever. Sometimes, uncomfortable moments like this force teams to address underlying issues that have been simmering for a while. What if, instead of sidelining Smith or ignoring her complaints, the Fever lean into this? They could use this as an opportunity to improve team communication, work on distributing the ball more evenly, and ultimately strengthen their chemistry. It's a delicate balancing act, though. The Fever can't afford to disrupt the momentum they've built this season, but they also can't ignore the elephant in the room. One wrong move, and this could send the team spiraling at the worst possible time, with the playoffs just around the corner. What's fascinating about this whole situation is how it underscores the power of social media in sports today. One tweet, one moment of frustration, has the potential to derail an entire season. In years past, this kind of internal conflict might have stayed behind closed doors, but in today's world, everything is out in the open for fans, analysts, and even opponents to dissect. Smith's tweet wasn't just a personal vent, it was a public declaration that something's not right behind the scenes in Indiana. How the Fever handle this could set the tone for the rest of their season, and possibly even their future as a franchise. So, what happens now? Do the Fever try to smooth things over with Smith? Or do they stick to what's been working and keep the ball in Clark's hands? More importantly, can they keep winning while managing this tension? This is one of those moments that could either make or break a team. If they handle it right, the Fever could emerge stronger, with both Clark and Smith playing pivotal roles in their playoff run. If not, this could be the beginning of the end for Indiana's championship hopes. But what do you think? Should the Fever focus on keeping Smith happy, or ride the Caitlin Clark wave all the way to the playoffs? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the drama surrounding the Indiana Fever, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and every bit helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.